It was once said that life is like a box of chocolates. Oh my gosh, look at all these yummy things that we get to choose from. Maybe some we don't like, some we like, but do we ever stop and question why just this selection? Who put this in the box and why is it given to me? And what happened to all the other choices that I could have? Surely there's a lot more chocolates out in the world. Why just these? In the same token, we can look at life as a game that we go about playing, blindly playing, and oh, how exciting, and oh, how challenging, or maybe I don't really like this game, but do we ever stop and question whose game is it? Who made these rules? Why am I playing by these rules? What does it all mean? And what's outside this game that I'm not seeing? The last few weeks I've been really thinking about this, in particular about what's going on politically. And the other night it just dawned on me that it really feels like this chess game, that you've got two different parties. You've got the Dems and the Republicans, and here they are on either side, and they got all their players lined up, and it's election year, how exciting. And now we're going to battle to see who wins, and everybody's maneuvering around and being super cunning and super tricky and trying to outsmart the other one until bam, checkmate, and somebody wins the election. And the one side's going to be, yay, we won, we've saved the republic, we've saved democracy. And the other side's going to be, oh no, this is just horrible, like surely this is the end of times right now, there's nothing but doom to follow, we are all damned. No matter what side wins, some huge part of our population is going to feel one way or the other. But people fail to look at what's really going on, and that right after the election, the game board is cleared off and both sides start setting their pieces up again for the next game that's going to come in the next cycle of elections. And they're getting all positioned for it. Do you ever wonder why sometimes, why one side will win for a period of time and then it flips over to the other side, then it flips back over? It's just a game. It's just a game of these dueling realities at this level. And it's not meant to solve anything. Your politics, I'm sorry to say, are not meant to solve anything. If they were truly out for the good of humanity, wouldn't it be progressing forward in a semi-linear progression, but it would be moving forward? And both sides, if they honestly wanted to have the best for humanity, the best for society, the best for individuals and individual groups, wouldn't they be able to agree on what would be best? I mean, surely there are certain parameters around what would work for all, and couldn't they agree on that, and we keep moving forward in that trajectory instead of tossing the game every time and starting over from scratch? It would be something we could build on, victory upon victory, moving forward in some kind of a forward trajectory. But no, that doesn't happen because that's not the political game. That's not the chess match that's going on. And I was thinking too, wow, everything is pretty much a game at this level of reality. Why? We have the Monopoly game. Well, the Monopoly game, what is the ultimate goal? Get the most stuff. Yay, I have the most stuff. I have the most real estate. I'm the winner, 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 chicken dinner. And how many of us buy into, and how much have we bought into, that more is better, more stuff is going to bring me happiness. More something is going to bring me happiness. More of what I have. Something out there is going to make me happy, as opposed to happiness coming from within me. So the game of Monopoly, once again, it is this a box that's given to us that we're told this is what it is, this is what you get, this is how you play, this is life. When it's not life, it is a certain game with certain rules and parameters. Okay, and we can go on and on. There's the Trivia Pursuit game. Probably don't need to say much about that because everybody knows Trivia Pursuit, right, is a bunch of trivia. It says so right in the name. But you think about it, when our whole educational system, isn't it all, in some sense, devoted to trivia? What does it really do to help raise little people to be big people, to be masters of their world, to be contributing members of reality, of a reality of harmony, a reality of progression of humanity? No, people are not taught that. People are not taught how to maneuver in this vehicle, this physical vessel. I mean, it takes a lot, right? It takes a lot to learn how to drive a physical vessel, because it's not just physical. It's not just eating healthy or exercising. There's the mental realm, there's the heart realms, there's the spiritual realms, there's all kinds of realms that come in focus to make us who we are. But in Trivia Pursuit, just like in life, we're told, no, these little factoids, these are the factoids that are important to know. This is the part of history that's important to know. This thing about celebrities is important to know. This thing about whatever, all the little details in Trivia Pursuit, I think I've played it a couple times way back, and I don't remember all the categories, but there's certain categories that show, if you know all the answers to this, you're a well-informed person. Well, are you really a well-informed person, or are you just well-informed within this game? I think we could all answer that question. It's like, no. The game that we're being taught has a limitation, in the sense it is a box. And outside that is a much bigger reality, a much more accurate reality that's available to us. And that's part of the excitement about being alive nowadays, is that there's so much important research going on into our hidden history, what true history really is, true archaeology, true all across the sciences, true humanity. What is it like to be a human being? So we're really perched at this time, this incredible time of opening up of consciousness, of stepping out of these prescribed games that we've been playing. We could go, I could go more and more into all kinds of other games there are. I mean, there's the religious game. There is going to be the work game. Who came up with the idea of 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and, have a day or two of rest? Was that written in stone? Well, maybe it was written in stone in a tablet way back when, but what does that have to do with reality right now? How many people are really happy in that scenario? I think after the whole epidemic that we had, that people have been really waking up to the fact that work can look a lot different, and it can be, you can be just as effective maybe working from home, or having different kinds of hours, or being your own boss in a way, even if you work for a company, is to have some autonomy and some say in how you work and when you work according to your own biorhythms. Anyways, that's a whole other subject there. But getting back to the game thing, then there's the video games. Oh my gosh, this, I think, of all of them, is the most insidious. Now, when you think about it, it started out, remember how simple it started out? Pong. You'll age yourself. I'm aging myself by saying, I remember Pong when that came out. The little paddles that go up and down, the little ball that bounces back and forth. And we're thinking, oh my God, that's just mind-blowing. Who came up with that? How sophisticated. Now it's an utter joke is how far technology has gone. Now, I don't play video games, and so I don't firsthand know, but I know secondhand that they've really starting to cross over the threshold of being so hyper believable and hyper realistic. Now you got the goggles on that makes it look like you can really enter in that world into a three-dimensionality that's real, an alternate reality. This game, as I said, above all else, I think is the scariest, the most insidious of all the games, because what this game is doing is starting to separate humanity out from reality, even though reality is a result of our perception. We all perceive differently, but there are agreed upon things that we can rely on. But when we take that underpinning out and we go into the virtual world, then it's like all possibilities are open for manipulation and for, I was gonna say for creation. It's not really creation, because you're being manipulated when you go in that world. You are coming into a whole world that has been designed as a game with limits to it. And what it's limiting you from is your power as a creator a creator God, the creator of your own virtual reality. And this to me is the biggest and finest and best game. Why we are here, the real game, is to be the creator gods in the making that we are. If that sounds sacrilegious to you, then you're probably on the wrong channel. But if it doesn't, if that resonates with you, then you'll understand that this is our most prized, say prized possession, maybe prized attribute, is that we're gods in the making, is that we're learning about the power of creation. And it's a beautiful thing. It's an incredible thing. It's a sacred thing. For me, I call it's divine, the human divine evolution. And if we're being cut off from that, that is the scariest game of all, is being separated out from that capacity and getting lost in a virtual reality where we can still have all of our feelings and emotions conjured up, but they're impotent. They don't do anything about creating reality. They are stuck in this alternate contrived reality. So you think about that. That is, like I said, that is the scariest game of all that's being played. And I really feel like this is part of an end game kind of game. Game is trapping humanity within another construct, a more limiting construct, an more easy to manipulate construct than the construct we're in now, which is just all these various games, the banking game, the working game, the political game, the climate change game, it just goes on and on, all these little limitations and rules put around everything. But within that, we still have the power as creators to create our reality. But when we step into the virtual reality, we lose that power and that ability, and we become absolute pawns for those game creators. I don't know about you, but this girl ain't gonna be nobody's pawn like that. No way. The first thing in this life that my most prized possession for me is my freedom to choose, my God-given right to choose what I want to experience, to choose what I want to call into my life, what I want to see, the timelines that I want to proceed down on. That is my prized possession. So it's freedom, and then it's creativity. Creativity is what comes under freedom. We have all this ability to create our reality. And then under that, for me, the third important piece is love. And that's the essence, that's the energy signature, that's the power that binds it all together. And that's what comes from the ultimate source of everything. It's a source of love. It's a source of all creation. We may forget that down in this 3D realm, but it is the source of all creation. So those three things, our freedom, our creativity, and our love, we take that away, well, yeah, then we fall victims to another agenda. Anyways, I hope that this is, I hope you resonate with this, and maybe there's another little way of looking at it that you haven't entertained before. Probably a question you have now is like, well, thanks, Elisa, for bringing this to light. It is a little depressing that we're caught up in all these games, but really, I don't bring this up and make this video to be depressing. I never do that. I'm always about an upliftment of spirit, an upliftment of people, and to their power, their personal power, and their purpose, and their natural grace. Aging, purpose, grace, and power. That's what it's really all about. And so within this context that we can change, we can choose. Remember, you always get to choose. The free will, that is a universal code that can't be broken. So you can use that. You can use that in your favor. You can use that in so many different ways. You can use that as a protection, from if you feel like you've got a lot of negative things happening in your life, you can shield yourself from that. You can use the power of free will to pick and choose what you want to call into your world. So use it wisely, my friends. And if you don't like the game that you're caught up in right now, because we're caught up in games, there's, even though we think like, oh, we're evolving and we're really coming out of it, there's just games within games. And I dare say there's the eternal games, and oh the whole camera just jumped when I said that. That was really interesting. My whole camera moved and shook when I said that. And it's just on a stand. There's nothing touching it. Anyways, so maybe that's a little like collaboration from above that I'm speaking about something that may be helpful here. Anyway, so like these games, we don't have to step on the court of that game. We can choose a different game by walking off the court. There's, as much as there's games, we can say there's negative games going on, there's games of controlling and manipulation, I also think there's divine games going on. There's just this divine settings where spirits can incarnate into, whether it's to learn, to experience, to express, to teach, to have a vacation in, whatever the context is in our spiritual projections into different realms and different dimensions. Those are all games too. There's like games we create our own little games. But what is the purpose behind it? Who's creating it? What's the purpose behind it? Is it towards your freedom, towards your creativity? Is it based in love? Or is it based in control and manipulation to try to take something from you by keeping you asleep, by keeping you dumbed down and ignorant of what's being played in this world? So there we go. And let's make sure that we don't condemn other people that aren't woken up or starting to wake up to the games that are going on. That's okay. That's their thing. It's not their time. It may not be their life. Who knows? We don't know why they came here, what role they're playing out. And it's really none of our business. Our business is us, right? Your responsibility is to do you and to be in integrity and be in the flow of you and to grow in your power and your coherence as a human being, as a heart, as a mind, as a body, and as a soul. So let's keep focused on that. Let's keep waking up to the different manipulations around us. And let's aha, I see you. I'm not going to do you anymore. Thank you, goodbye. And we step into a new one. We step into a higher and finer and should we say a more fun game. I think this life, there could be so much fun and joy in it. And that's what I'm going to create for myself. I invite you to, this is your permission slip that you can create that for you. If you're not sure, nope, you can create that for you. So go ahead and flex those muscles, flex those muscles. I've got my, I'm wearing my rebel outfit today because I feel like this is more of my rebel, the rebel side of me is rebel, the Rebel Crone, so there's both. But anyways, it's kind of fun and delicious to be the rebel from time to time. Actually, most of the time, who am I kidding? Anyways, so that's the message for today. Just know I love you all. Thank you for being with me. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit the notification button so you'll know when I post another video. Tomorrow, I think I've got a short video coming, and then on Thursday is going to be Thursdays with Maurice. Super excited about that. Neither Maurice or I have any idea what we're going to be talking about. We're going to see what spirit moves through us and what comes out, so that's enjoy that. And I hope you enjoy that too. So until next time, peace within always.